everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com, and today we are going to be creating this card. For those of you that subscribe to my channel and have been with me before, I have done another version of this card. Let me actually grab one and I can show you. So I created this one a while back as a thank you card. And I loved it. So I decided to go ahead and try another one in a different color scheme. And that's what we have today. So today we are using Emerald Envy, Peekaboo Peach, and Flirty Flamingo. So let's go ahead and get started. I do have our card base already cut. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have two Whisper white layers, one for the front and one for the inside. So that is 4 by 5 1/4. So we are going to lay our Whisper white out. I have a scratch piece of paper behind me. The stamp sets and that we're using is Flourishing Phrases, and I'm actually only using a couple stamps out of the first part of it, so this large floral one and Just a Note. And then I have the Flourish Thinlits. So we are going to be using a few of these flowers from here as well. Okay, so I have my stamp all ready. I will pull out my Emerald Envy, and we will go ahead and ink that up. And I'm not inking up the entire image because I'm actually going to be stamping off. So I'm going to pull this in from the top right corner. Give that a little bit of pressure. Perfect. And then I'm going to re-ink my stamp. And now I'm going to bring it in from this lower left corner. Perfect. Okay. Let me just clean my stamp. Have my stamp and scrub over there. Okay, let me close this up. Actually, I'm going to do some sponging. So let me find my finger dauber, my sponge dauber. So I am just going to go very lightly around all the edges. I hope you can see that it's not really getting too much on the front. It's just darkening up the edge. Okay. Now we can set our Emerald Envy to the side. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and take some of the Peekaboo Peach Rouged ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's very easy to work with. So this takes a little bit of maneuvering. So you can see here how I have it kind of folded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Fast Fuse, and I'm going to get my one edge in there. I'm done with this scratch paper, so let me get that out of our way. And then I'm going to take a little bit more, and I just found that today this is helping me hold my ribbon where I want it. Okay, so once I have that little bit down, that just helps me maneuver things a little bit better. Okay, so again, I'm going to put a little bit, and I'm trying to keep those, you know, as even as I can. I'm going to hold that with my hand, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put my Fast Fuse right on this edge, and that's going to take up that other piece. Okay, there in front of me, of course. Okay, I'm going to take a glue dot now, and I'm just going to kind of fold that in half, and that's going to help me just hold these down so it looks a little bit neater. Alright, so now we can go ahead and adhere this down to our card base. Put myself a little fast fuse, and we will just lay that down. Make sure you give yourself even border. Super cute. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my big shot. I'm still in camera. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our Thinlits. So I'm going to take this flower, that flower, as well as this little one. Okay. And I'm going to grab a couple scratch pieces of paper. So this is the Flirty Flamingo. And I'm going to cut one of those. Actually, and I can lay down my other. So I'm going to cut 2 flowers out of the Flirty Flamingo. And then that smaller flower, we're going to cut that in the Peekaboo Peach. Here is my little foam pad with my die brush. I'm just going to pop that flower out so that I can rerun it. Through the machine. Okay. Let me set my big shot aside. Now I can bring back my foam pad and my brush. Oops. There's one of them. There's my other flower. This one was kind of, my other one popped right out. I'm not sure, this one just does not want to cooperate today. I've never had that happen with this. So let me just cut another one. Things happen, right? Always when you're on camera. Okay, let's get another one. See how easy that one came out? Okay, now I have our larger one. Alright, let me throw all those little scraps away. And now we can bring our flowers back in. Let me pull up my chair again. Alright, now I have our fine tip glue, which I've said before I just love. So I'm going to flip my tiny flowers over, and I'm going to put, ooh, I had a bubble on that one. I'm just going to flip that over, put a little around the center, and then I'm going to lay it down. And then I'm also going to be using our in color enamel dots. So we're going to be using the Emerald Envy, but you can see here they come with 2 different size dots, hearts and stars. So you get, it's a great value. You get one of all of the in colors, I should say. So we're going to use those 2. Okay, these should be ready. So I'm going to take a little bit more, and I'm just going to stick it around the center, not all the way to the edge, because you know me, I like to pull them up and give them a little bit of dimension. Close this. Okay. So I'm going to lay my larger flower down here. We're going to go with our smaller one up there. Just give those a little bit of a press. I'm going to bring in our Peekaboo Peach, and we are going to stamp just a note out of that Flourishing Phrases. And we're just going to put it right here in this lower corner. Perfect. Let me just clean that off. And then a couple more things. We will take our enamel dots now, and I am using the larger circle of the emerald, and we're going to set that right in the center of our flower, which covers that hole perfectly. Just perfect. And then I'm just going to add a piece of Whisper White to the inside of my card. And if you wanted to stamp another sentiment out of that Flourishing Phrases, you can. I'm going to leave mine blank right now, because sometimes you have something come up that, you know, you're didn't plan on, and then it's easy to just put a quick stamp in there with the just a note and you're ready to go. So there is our project for today. Super cute. I love the in colors. If you've not seen them yet, they are really nice. So definitely you'll want to check those out. And again, the Flourishing Phrases bundle is an awesome set, so I highly encourage you to grab that from the annual catalog. So if you do have any questions, please let me know, and I look forward to being back with you guys real soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.